You're meant to be my friend. I'm trying to understand all the blood that's on your hands. Your silence is deadening me. Your silence is scaring me. In spite of the memories, your silence is all I need. Pretty little pictures on the wall, it's just a shame you don't see it all. I got my pretty little knife ready for your life. It's such a shame you won't get your fill. Pretty little pictures on the wall, it's just a shame you don't see it all. I got my pretty little knife ready for your life. It's such a shame you won't.
All right. I think we're getting. Oh, we only had one of them join. Uh-oh, I didn't realize. Anyways, I hope we're on the right sides. Yes, blue is UAA, orange is New Mexico. Are we restarting lobby? I hope not. We shall see. But in the meantime, oh, it's not week 2 anymore. It's like way, way, way past week 2. What week is this? Let's go check it out. So week 6. We've been gone for a little bit, some would say. I don't know what the record of each team is. Let's go look at each team's record real quick. Oh, okay. So, UAA Esports on a 4-1 record. New Mexico State University white 2-3. Not as good as last season. If anyone watched last season, you would realize that New Mexico State University white is a little bit familiar, as this is a team that UAA played last season in Division 6. Both of these teams getting promoted up to Division 5 and trying to work their way through potentially to Division 4. But New Mexico seems to be struggling a bit more than UAA. Currently, though, we just wait for... Oh, I have to leave. Yay. We're just waiting for stuff to start. Leave. Oh my god, brother in Christ. Dude. Try to set up things first time, challenge level impossible. Alright, well hopefully we'll get started here soon. I already stopped the music, but we can turn it back on real quick. Since nothing's really happening. Oh, and right as I turn on the music. Let's see if they actually join though. Alright, it looks like we're starting. Thankfully. Okay. We can go. Yippee. UAA green 4-1 on the season. New Mexico State University white 2-3 on the season. Opposing records, but teams that are all too familiar with each other so far. Almost gets a good shot on net there, but a little bit too wide. Whisper's gonna go for one of his own. Doesn't get the greatest touch, but local boy definitely not if he won it. Gives you a little bit more pressure here on offense than New Mexico probably wanted. Looks like they are going to finally be able to start alleviating really bad miscommunication here between Coco and Eve, I think. How am I even going to say that? How am I going to say his name? Menace? Okay, between him and Menace. Miscommunication there, but it doesn't matter, as a mistake from UAA is going to lead to New Mexico State University being the first ones on the board. Regain the control they had earlier. Coco Boy with a good touch there. Keeps that from becoming a dangerous opportunity. Mr. Bowser responds with some but not able to secure it, but here comes Whisper taking absolutely no time to slot this one into the back of the net. As Menace was getting pestered by Mr. Bowser on his Alien Healer on his way out. And then Whisper just did not give him enough time to react to that ball. Mr. Bowser tries to go up and get it past Menace, but can't succeed with that task. As he now seal lead. So struggling to get a good pass towards the middle, but decent clear play from Mr. Bowser. The vision was there from New Mexico State University, just not quite able to link it up. Are getting decent touches of their own. New Mexico not a team to scoff at anyone, but gets a nice little touch towards the middle and an own goal from New Mexico. Tragedy strikes as Whisper wins the 50-50 battle. Ramen accidentally hits that right into the path of Menace. Just not going to the right area for how that ball changed direction. UAA getting a third. New Mexico started off with capitalizing on a UAA mistake, but after that, UAA has given them absolutely no breathing room for anything. I was about to say absolutely 2 times in a row, and then realized halfway through, hey, you took literature class, right? You know how to speak your native language. Oh, here's a good chance. Not quite for New Mexico State. Almost. That really could have gotten them back into the game. They're going to have to watch this ball go right back towards their side of the field, and potential for a goal here. Coco Boy is in the way. Let's get the clear out to the side. Whisper to Gold is going to be the beneficiary here. To clear out the front of the net. Can't quite do so. New Mexico still has some pressure to work with. They're trying to get a powerful clear, but it just goes right to one of the New Mexico players, and not this time Whisper will be able to find that power clear they need, and it almost goes all the way in the net. Now a lob shot has to be played away. Mr. Bowser sends one high off the crossbar, and Aiden Healer is going to barrel down the field to send this ball right towards the New Mexico net again, and a bad clear from Menace puts it right into the hands of Mr. Bowser, who is more than happy to take that close range shot. And UAA up 4-1 now. Looking like they have game number 1 lock, under lock and key. Need to see Mexico known as a team that doesn't give up until the last buzzer. Mistakes coming through again, but a power shot towards the net just dropping possession. They have an opportunity here, but Whispered's defense is just too strong. UAA once again able to stop any hopes New Mexico has at finding the back of the net. They're already knocking at the door of New Mexico again. It has to be really scary to know that even when you do get opportunities on the net, if you don't make it count, it's going to be right back on your side of the field in a matter of seconds. Another chance here. This is a decent one. Is anyone going to be able to turn around for this in time? Not really. Just a little bit too slow to try and find any more goals in this game. The clock ticking down from 10. UAA is going to secure game number 1. 4-1 scoreline. See how New Mexico State responds, but right now it's not looking very pretty for them. So let's see what New Mexico State changes in their game plan. What changed with UAA since last season is Whispered bringing in that strong third man player. I think that their original third either graduated or just didn't want to play this year. Whispered being brought in to fill that role. He has been doing exceptionally well, being the star player on UAA. Already gonna start 12 seconds in, and UAA has already gotten down to business. Mr. Bowser off of the pass from Whispered. I was just talking about how good he's doing, and he proves it right there with that amazing pass, but don't even flinch at that exceptional shot from Mr. Bowser, as that was something to behold as well. Currently, this UAA team firing on every single possible cylinder available to them. Just look so difficult to try and do anything against, but Cold Ramen has something to say about that as he finds one for New Mexico here. A pretty quick response off of that defensive play from Alien here, getting too much of an awkward position to recover from. Now it's all tied up again. Mexico does get to start from square one here. They're not working from 3 or 4 goals down. It's only one that they had right at the beginning. They're gonna try and even this up, maybe try and find a lead, but not quite. Whispered yet again. MVP performance from him does not stop. A little bit of a miss there, but right in position. Almost a great infield passing play there from Mexico State. A little bit too hard of a pass. Whispered and Alien Healer going for the same ball. A little bit mixed up on who's going. He hit passive there, but he does win the 50-50. Control again here a little bit. This is an opportunity for New Mexico. Whispered misses that one. He's on the backboard. The dive down save keeps that one out of the net. Yet again, Whispered is someone you cannot take lightly on the goal line unless it's a perfect shot. He'll find a way to save it. He shows that skill right there. Mexico, probably just wondering how in the world Whispered able to recover for that save. They had another golden opportunity right there, not quite able to do it. Another floater towards the front. Can Coco Boy get there in time? He does, but it's off the crossbar and out. But Menace does the dirty work and cleans it up. Finally, after the multiple opportunities that New Mexico had, they find the back of the net. Though it didn't come easily. UAA made them absolutely work for it. They're going to try and immediately respond with one of their own, but Mr. Bowser's shot was a little bit too wide. Puts one towards the middle. Good clean commit for that. Mexico, really good job at taking possession of this ball away from the UAA that they were so comfortable with in game one. Just been absolutely shut down here in game number 2, and it's working wonders for New Mexico so far. Oh, tried to get past him, not the correct flip for the job. Tries to get the ceiling pinch out, doesn't quite go as far as he wanted. He's gonna have to come in and help that one along. New Mexico so far looking so much better than they did in game number 1. Those mistakes we saw previously have pretty much vanished. Looking like a brand new team. They're really showing that UAA cannot take them lightly. I don't think any team thinks they can take a New Mexico squad lightly. What happens when you get a little bit too overconfident? Great pass into the middle. Alien Healer not quite able to get there in time. Mr. Bowser with an exceptional wall pinch pass into the middle. No one ready. Mr. Bowser can't quite find that angle. The rotation of the ball absolutely robs him. It looked like it was trickling towards the net. No goal! Helped in by Cold Ramen's last touch. But Mr. Bowser goes from something that could have been amazing to something that was absolutely brutal. And now they are 2 goals down, UAA. They haven't seen this position yet in this game, and it's almost 3, but Mr. Bowser makes a save there. Can he do it for a second time? He didn't need to. New Mexico is just a little wide on that secondary shot. UAA has to start throwing everything at the ball now. They cannot do anything other than offensive pressure. They have to get this down the field. They have to score. Mr. Bowser puts it down. Cold Ramen with a really dangerous touch that could have potentially gone in. This one's floating up and over. Who's going to be there? No one's in the midfield. New Mexico was able to clear. Is this just straight in the net? Menace makes sure it is. And the overcommit on offense was something UAA had to do, but they get punished for it. New Mexico taking game number 2 with a response to UAA saying anything you can do, we can do it as well. Completely flipping the script from game number 1, not allowing UAA to start running away with this series, as in best of 5s, if you go down 2, it's really difficult to try and complete the reverse sweep. It's been done, but it's not nearly as easy as keeping things at a 1-match series. Again, great effort from Whispered on the goal line, making some spectacular saves, but it just was not enough. UAA is going to have to start from square one here. Try and find a response to that New Mexico squad that we just saw earlier. See if they can do it. They did say that one of their players left their voice call in that game, so it could have been potentially a factor not being able to communicate with one of the players.
good clear way down the field. So get able to find a way to put that in the middle. Absolutely not. Menace. Great touch. Bowser puts that one away. Easily the first team there. A shot on goal. Whispered yet again with the defensive plays. And he just sends it all the way through the middle. It took every single New Mexico State player to stop Whispered. Eventually they do manage to stop him. So now New Mexico again moving on offense here. They cannot allow them to keep this pressure going. Saw what it did to them last game. New Mexico knows they just gotta keep the pressure on UAA. Right now, Alien Healer definitely seems to be on a new play style here, going for a lot of bumps and demos, being the disruptor. Not letting New Mexico State University get comfortable, and Alien Healer going for a double tap, and he finds it! He may be the bumper, he may be disrupting, but it doesn't matter, he can still hit the net. Puts that one right under Cold Ramen, a beautiful double tap from Alien Healer. Admittedly not the most challenging one, but it didn't matter. The ball's in the back of the net. And that's the only thing that counts on the scoreboard. Right into the middle, Whispered the great shot on net. Menace was there to play it away. Now an open net here for UAA. We're seeing what we saw from them in game number 1. Off to a 2-goal lead here with 3 minutes remaining. Once again finds themselves in the driver's seat. Will they be able to maintain it this time is the question. They've lost it in game number 1. Or not game 1, but game number 2. Here in game number 3, it might be a different story because they were able to get 2 before New Mexico can find their first. Like I've said multiple times before, never count out a New Mexico squad! And they prove my point right as I'm saying it. Menace off of the pass from Coco Boy spots that one into the bottom right-hand corner. And they've brought the score deficit back to singles. UAA once again. They know that they can lose this lead. Mexico knows that UAA is a team that has exploitable weaknesses. The question is, are they going to be able to exploit those weaknesses enough before UAA's absolutely suffocating offensive pressure does what they do best? And Whispered keeps the scoring going for UAA. An entire team play there to push that ball along the left wall and then just right into the middle for Whispered, who powers it through Cold Ramen. They might have another one here. That one, Coco Boy! Looking at the wrong player. And now UAA's up to 4-1. He got completely caught off guard by Alien Healer. And Whispered just needed a light touch that should have never gone in. Looking very comfortable here in game number 3. We've seen sparks of brilliance from New Mexico, though. They aren't out of it yet, but their time is running short. A triple commit there from UAA offense could give them a chance. Menace gonna turn this towards the net, looks for it, but Whispered yet again. How does he do it? Dodges the demo and then finds a way to maneuver around the player and still make the save required. Esports is on defense, you just cannot think you have a surefire goal. Trying their absolute hardest to get another one here. Maybe something for the road, something to get the confidence up a little bit. Cold Ramen almost finds it, but it's a bit high. Off the post and out, but Coco Boy gets help from, I think it was Alien Healer. Yeah, gets help from Alien Healer on this one a little bit too far forward, and UAA eventually does respond with an own goal, a legitimate own goal of their own. It's not really when New Mexico needs it, as it didn't even matter. UAA right off of the kickoff. They immediately go like, nope, we're going back to our 3-goal lead, thank you very much. And at this point, New Mexico is going to have to look to the next 2 games. Cannot lose from here on out. Just one more secure. Looking red hot after game number 2. Once again, don't count out these New Mexico teams. They can catch you off guard like that. It does give them a chance here. More likely that this is a goal for the road instead of something to try and even up the lobby. Healer doesn't quite go the way they want, but Whisper makes a save. New Mexico almost had their chance, but not quite. The clock hits 0 before they find the 4th. And UAA takes game number 3. They definitely didn't make it as secure as they would have wanted. New Mexico almost setting up the 10-second comeback. And that would have absolutely crushed the confidence of UAA if they managed to secure that. As we go into our 4th and potentially final game here. But we will see, because if New Mexico has anything to say about it, they're not going to want it to end yet. More than enough that they can play upset. Cold Ramen almost hits the angle of a century, but it doesn't matter. Can they find it? No! New Mexico! The ball was on the line for about 10 seconds there, and they could not find the back of the net. That one does not come back to haunt them. They had an absolute menace! What in the world is this? Menace with the power of the sun and the accuracy of a precision rifle absolutely blasts that ball into an area that no one could save. And New Mexico starts the scoring themselves. They had much easier looks earlier in the game, but it didn't matter. They got the goal that counts. And UAA might try responding with one of their own. Not really quite able to secure any chance towards the net. Takeaways from Menace there. Send that one off the wall, off the backboard. Now Alien Healer with a miss. Cold Ramen sends that one towards the net. Whispered, a little confused by what's going on. UAA stuck on the back foot here. New Mexico giving them absolutely no time to think. Gets the ball immediately pressured by Cole. New Mexico has done an exceptional job at not allowing UAA to get settled in. As Whisper has to make that touch, which he does. Mexico absolutely swarming on offense, but this counterattack might work out for UAA. Does not. They get a couple chances. Some good defensive line play from New Mexico. Keeps that away from danger. Communication there from UAA. Let's continue this one. Alien Healer puts that one right into the face of Cold Ramen, and he puts that one away. This time, Mr. Bowser hits the crossbar and out, and Whispered with the follow-up. Not as pretty as New Mexico's goal, but it gets the job done. We're back to a tie game. And the current trend we've seen, if one team scores first and the other follows up, is that the team with the second goal is going to win. Is New Mexico going to let that trend continue? UAA going to crumble here towards the end. Right now, New Mexico not looking as comfortable as they did in the very beginning of this game. Need to start starving UAA of boost, making sure that they keep control of the ball possession. Start to do just that. Offense going strong. A couple misses coming out from UAA. Drop back just a little bit, but right back onto the attack. Mexico. Really good. Mr. Bowser with a great save there. Not a super difficult one, but many a player would panic there and miss. Goes back onto Mexico's side. Nothing currently too challenging at the net. That could potentially be a really scary situation, though. Mexico almost let one find its way through, but it doesn't matter. They're on their way down. Who's there? Whispered plays it away. How many times we've had to say that one already today. Looking, trying to peer through the cracks in the wall to find the weakness, to get that second goal that they need oh so desperately. And they could find it here, they do! Menace sneaks that one past Alien Healer towards the back post. They get the second. They just have to hold it for 45 more. Cannot get complacent here. If they start playing a defensive game, it's exactly what UAA wants. They have to keep the pressure going, and I think they know that. I mean, getting demos, getting bumps, not letting UAA get comfortable. A little bit of double commit there. UAA, a big miss there from Mr. Bowser, but Whispered makes the recovery touch out. He gets a second one. Is he going to have an angle here? Whispered does it all himself. Evens it up. Takes full advantage of New Mexico's complacency. An absolute travesty as well. New Mexico just had to keep it away from their net, but Whispered, the MVP from UAA, says no, immediately responds, evening this game up, and we might need overtime to decide game number 4, which we will. New Mexico was looking at game 5, ready. They were just chomping at the bit to get there. But their eyes got moved away from the prize a bit too early. They let their defense slip for just a fraction of a second, and that's all whispered needed. This could be one Coco Boy is there, though. New Mexico know that this next goal is going to decide the series. Do they keep it going, or are they good as eliminated? Playoff contention. UAA. They make it happen. Another small miscommunication from New Mexico State University. They were so close to taking us to Game 5. But just a couple mistakes right at the end got called out by UAA. And they take it in 4. UAA moving to 5-1 on the season. New Mexico State going down to 2-3. A little bit of an unlucky ending for them, but alas, they will try and make the rest of their season count, as UAA, I'm pretty sure, secured a playoffs appearance with this victory. And with that, however, I think, yep, that is actually... Nope, there's one more game in regular season play, which is going to be UAA versus Fort Lewis. That game actually holding a lot on the line. This game alone could potentially decide who goes to playoffs, if I remember correctly. If not, I'll get corrected in the Discord. But if it does decide the playoffs, do not miss the next game, as we will see you guys next week.